So you finally decide to go back home. It's been many years in the making, maybe for you or in your head. It might be involuntarily, it might be voluntarily, however it is, you're going back home, and I cannot be more proud of you. So I cannot be in more support of you. I really admire people who go back home and bring what they've learned abroad to the country, and I'm right behind you. But in this video I'm going to show you, or it's just my suggestions, you can take it or leave it, or if you have any other ideas, please drop it in the comment box, of things that you should prepare before you go back home. I have maybe 9 or 10 of them, so stick around for the rest of the video. So number 1 on the list is make sure you have your TRN and your NIS. Now in Jamaica, everything you do, you need your TRN. Your TRN number, you can go to your local tax office and get your TRN. You just go there. I don't want to give you procedures now, and next thing, the procedure in my area is different from yours, but make sure you have your TRN, local tax office, and you can get your TRN and your NIS. Number 2, have a bank account. Make sure you have a bank account in Jamaica for various reasons. One of the reasons we'll come back to the bank account when we go down on the list, okay? Number 3, if you can, please contribute to the NHT. You might not need it because you probably built your house cash, or you're building your house cash or out of pocket, but you never know. The NHT is there for our benefit, and you might have children who will later want to use your points, or you might want to use your points for some renovation or something. I would advise anyone looking to go back to Jamaica to live, please contribute to NHT. Another reason why you want to contribute to NHT is in the case that you're taking a loan from the bank to buy a house, which is why you need a bank account. In case you're taking a loan from the bank, if you are contributing to NHT and you are qualified to get NHT points, it actually reduces your interest rate at the bank. I think somewhere between 4 and 8%, and compared to if you didn't contribute, if you don't have NHT contribution, maybe you're paying 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16%. Just for example, I don't know the exact number, but that's the difference. It's a huge difference when you contribute to NHT and you put your NHT points to your mortgage, your bank mortgage. It reduces your interest rate significantly. The next one is, I would suggest, if you are voluntarily going back home, if you can go, don't make the move all at once. Try to go in increments, if you can say so. So go for 2 months or 3 months, stay there over a few years, maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years. Then you get acclimatized with the country again, because the Jamaica you left even 2 years ago is not the Jamaica you have now. So imagine you've left Jamaica 10, 20 years ago and you're going back now. It's a different climate, you know, and you don't want to go into shock when you get there. So go in increments, go and spend some time, longer time, not 2 weeks holiday. Don't go to the resort. Go in the area where you think you want to live. Spend some time, try to go to the local market, try to go to the supermarket and get the feel of the people and the environment and the money. Let me tell you something. Maybe a year ago, I went to Jamaica and I stayed a year or 2 years ago, I went to Jamaica and I spent 3 months. And guys, let me tell you something. It took me quite a bit to get used to the money again. And I mean, I go to Jamaica every year, but the value of things is so different. You're not used to it. You're not living there. You're not dealing with the market every day. You're not dealing with the economy every day. And so you're not aware of how the pricing of things are. And yeah, if you go and spend some time, 3 months, the baby wake up, go and spend some time, it will help you significantly to acclimatize back to the society. So another thing you want to prepare or think about is where you want to live. Do you want to live in the city? Do you want to live close to the beach? Do you want to live the countryside? What are the pros and cons of living there? What's your situation? Do you have children? If you have children, maybe what kind of exposure do you want them to have? Depending on their age. So if you have a baby, maybe you want to live in the countryside. It's quiet, more intimate. They get the more real Jamaican experience. Or if you have teenagers, maybe you want to go in Kingston because then they have access to the more traditional high schools or private high schools. If you are alone, then you want to go on the beach because, of course, who wouldn't want to go on the beach? So yes, consider where you want to live. Do you want to buy? Do you want to rent? Do you want to lease? What's better for your situation? These are some of the things that you really need to think about and prepare before you go. Back to having a bank account. If you are going to buy, which we spoke about before, if you're going to buy, then having a bank account makes sense. Having your NHD makes sense because it will reduce the cost significantly. Another thing you want to consider, number 6, is transportation. I would advise anyone going back to Jamaica, if you're used to having your own vehicle, you're going to need your own vehicle in Jamaica. If you're not used to it, maybe you live in New York City, where public transportation is at your fingertip, or wherever, first world country, where you can jump on the train, bus, it's just on your fingertip. In Jamaica, it's not so easy depending on where you live. So having your own transportation is important. But maybe some people, maybe you just want to be adventurous and you want to get the full-on Jamaican experience. Not to say having your own vehicle is not a full-on Jamaican experience, but you know what I mean. You want to do the public transportation thing. You want to go all out. Then, yes, think about the cost of that and how the road taxi works, because we do have road taxis in Jamaica, as you may know. So think about that. Whether you're renting, doing public transportation, or leasing. I don't know if there are many possibilities in Jamaica to lease vehicles, but you could check like the rental companies and stuff, because more than likely if they're renting, they would probably lease. I don't know, you could check that out, but that's something you need to consider well. Another thing that is often overlooked is insurance, health insurance. Now, mind you, general health stuff in Jamaica is free. Healthcare in Jamaica is free, for those who don't know. Is it easy to access? No. It is complicated. I'll give you an example. A family member of mine had to do a surgery, and the surgery was scheduled multiple times. Free. And this was at KPH. And the surgery was scheduled multiple times and it never happened. And she was like, I cannot be bothered with this. I'm going private. So while there are some things that are easily accessed, if you want to just go to the hospital, get a checkup and get some medication, that's all free. Or more or less free. But if you need quick attention, medical attention, maybe you want to pay for it. So if it's possible and it's within your budget, check out insurance. You can also decide to go private, so which means you'll pay upfront by yourself your insurance, right? You don't need to have an employee paying for it for you or help taken from your salary. You can just pay your insurance by yourself, and that makes it much easier. Remember to read the fine prints, look into what you're offered, what is being offered, and the benefits that you have from that insurance. Another thing that you should look into is concession of shipment. So once you've lived outside of Jamaica for 3 consecutive years or more, you're entitled to bring in your personal things into the country. No duties charged, and I think no tax. You don't have to pay anything, just your shipment, of course. They're not gonna tax your personal goods. I will leave the name of the, I think it's Jamaican Custom. You can get a lot of information from that website, the Jamaican Custom Agency. Jamaica Custom Agency. Yes, you can get information on that, on how to redeem your concession for shipment. If you are a student or if you are going back from studying, you are entitled, but I don't know the years that you need to, I don't know how long you needed to be out of the country to be entitled to the concession. But I know once you've been residing out of the country for 3 years or more, you can redeem that. And yes, so personal items and stuff are included. And the last one I have for now is employment. How are you going to earn money, especially if you are not retired and you still need to work for your money? Are you going to seek employment? Are you going to start a business? How do you plan to get gainful employment or make money? So yeah, these are some things that I've thought about and I think sharing it with you makes sense. And I'm sure there are more things. If you have any other ideas, please drop it in the comment section so I can benefit from your suggestion, because it is something, you guys know, that has always been on my plate, is to go back home. So if you have any tips, please let me know. And I guess if you have children, you want to look into the schools around the areas that you're going to be living, whether you're going to, because before you go you will know where you're going to live, right? So you can look for nurseries, schools, high school, depending on the age of your children. And also, if you want to homeschool, that's also an option in Jamaica. You can homeschool. I guess you have to register with the Ministry of Education and apply for the syllabus, I guess. These are things you can do. You can also homeschool. So that's it for me today. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.